Lesson 16. Reading. The Blue Planet.
Seen from space, our Earth, with water covering 70% of its surface, appears as the beautiful blue planet. The bare land areas appear red or brown. Dark green shows where there is plant cover, and the white means snow. Besides the 7 major land areas, called continents, there are thousands of islands. Some of these are arranged in groups, and some stand alone in the great oceans. Arms of land which reach out into the water are called peninsulas. Seas, gulfs, and bays are arms of the ocean which lie between islands and peninsulas. A narrow piece of land connecting 2 larger land areas is an isthmus. A narrow stretch of water between 2 land areas is called a strait or channel. Water is constantly in motion on the Earth. Rainwater runs off the mountains into valleys. It collects in lakes and rivers which carry it back to the seas. From the high altitudes of mountain passes and plateaus to the canyons and low-lying plains, the features of the land are wonderful to see.
Questions.
1. Why does the Earth look mostly blue from space?
2. How many continents are there on the Earth?
3. Are all the islands arranged in groups?
4. What are arms of land which reach out into the oceans?
5. What's an isthmus?
6. How does rainwater get back to the seas?
7. What features of the land are beautiful?
'Exercise 1. Guatemala. Write in the geographical names from the map to complete this paragraph. Use the article the with the names that require it. Refer to the table on page 135 if you need help. Note, the first name in the paragraph is not on the map. Check your answers. Listen. Guatemala, a small country on the continent of Central America, has as much variety as some large countries. The most beautiful lake in the country is probably Lake Atitlan, which lies at the foot of Mount Atitlan, one of Guatemala's 33 volcanoes. There are fine beaches in the south along the Pacific Ocean, and in the north, low-lying jungles reach toward the Yucatan Peninsula. The Motagua River is the longest river entirely in Guatemala. It flows 248 miles northeast through dry country into the Gulf of Honduras, which is part of the Caribbean Sea. At an altitude of several thousand feet, the capital, Guatemala City, enjoys pleasant weather. Guatemala's great western neighbor is Mexico, while the countries of Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador border it on the east.
Questions and answers. Mike is asking Carol questions about geography to help her get ready for a test. Listen.
How many continents are there?
There are 7. Asia is the largest and Australia is the smallest.
Why don't we call Australia an island?
It's true that it's entirely surrounded by water, but it's very large. Because of its size, geographers call it a continent.
How does Africa compare in size with the other continents?
It's the 2nd largest.
Which is larger, North America or South America?
North America is somewhat larger.
What do you know about Antarctica?
It has about twice the area of Australia. It's the coldest region on Earth.
Does anything grow there?
Not much, but we know that there are some minerals there.
What kinds of minerals?
They've found coal, iron, and copper, I know. The coal shows that it used to be warmer.
Is the water surrounding Antarctica called the Antarctic Ocean?
Yes. Some geographers say these waters form a separate ocean. Others say that they're part of the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans.
Isn't it possible to say that there's just one world ocean rather than 5 separate ones?
Yes, we sometimes speak of the world ocean, but generally we think of them as 4 or 5 separate oceans.
Questions to answer. 1. Answer these questions about geography.
1. Name the continents. 2. What is the difference between a continent and an island? 3. Why isn't Australia referred to as an island? 4. Where is Antarctica? What is it like there? 5. How many oceans are there? 6. Do you know what the biggest ocean is? The highest mountain? The longest river? 7. What country is north of the United States? 8. What is the large mountain range in western South America? 9. Where is Lake Victoria? Lake Baikal? Lake Titicaca? 10. What countries border on Switzerland? 11. Where's the Yangtze River? 12. Which is larger, Greenland or Sicily? 13. Do you know the names of any countries in the West Indies? What languages do they speak there? 14. Describe the location of Portugal. 15. What are some of the most important geographical features of your country? 'Vocabulary study. Learn these words before using one of them to complete each sentence below. If you do not know the meaning of some of the words in the sentences, look them up in the dictionary. Acronym.
A word made from the initials of each word of a phrase. Example, radar, from radio, detecting, and ranging.
Antonym.
A word having the opposite meaning to another word.
Synonym.
A word having the same meaning as another word.
Homonym.
A word having a different meaning but sounding the same as another word. Example, right and right.
Pseudonym.
A false name used by writers, actors, criminals.
Loanword.
A word borrowed from another language.
Now complete the sentences. Listen to the model. 1. The words sun and sun are.
The words sun and sun are homonyms.
The words sun and sun are homonyms.
The words sun and sun are homonyms.
Now do the exercise. 1. The words sun and sun are.
The words sun and sun are homonyms.
Two. The words dark and light are.
The words dark and light are antonyms.
Three. UNESCO is an of United Nations educational, scientific, and cultural organization.
UNESCO is an acronym of United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization.
Four. Two, two, and two are.
Two, two, and two are homonyms.
Five. When he wrote, Eric Blair used the George Orwell.
When he wrote, Eric Blair used the pseudonym George Orwell.
Six. Grow and raise are.
Grow and raise are synonyms.
Seven. The word kimono is a from Japanese.
The word kimono is a loan word from Japanese.
Eight. Like and dislike are.
Like and dislike are antonyms.
Nine. Look at is a of watch.
Look at is a synonym of watch.
Ten. Chef is a from French.
Chef is a loan word from French.
11. The initials of the World Health Organization are never pronounced as a word. Therefore, WHO is not a true
The initials of the World Health Organization are never pronounced as a word. Therefore, WHO is not a true acronym.
"12. Depart and leave are.
Depart and leave are synonyms.
Exercises 2. Exercise 1. Fill the blanks with the correct form of one of the words from the list. Listen.
Bell, brave, copper, dormitory, gossip, island, mistake, familiar, rude, well-known.
1. In our school, a bell rings when it's time for class.
2. The price of copper has gone up a great deal. It's quite a valuable mineral.
3. When Mrs. Jones and Mrs. Flower get together, all they do is talk about other people. I've never heard so much gossip in my life.
4. We had 10 mathematics problems. I got 3 right and 7 wrong. I've never made so many mistakes in my life.
5. Do you know that person over there? Doesn't he look familiar to you?
6. Mrs. Flower told her daughter it was rude to interrupt people when they were talking.
7. Everyone knows that poet. He's very well known.
8. A piece of land completely surrounded by water is called an island.
9. Bill's not afraid of anything. He's the bravest boy I know.
10. George lives in a dormitory with a lot of other young men.
Exercise 2. Fill the blanks with the past form or past participle of the verb at the left of each sentence. Listen to the model.
1. Lead. When the children left for school, Tom, the way.
When the children left for school, Tom led the way.
When the children left for school, Tom led the way.
When the children left for school, Tom led the way.
Now you do the exercise.
1. Lead. When the children left for school, Tom, the way.
When the children left for school, Tom led the way.
2. Let. Jane's mother, her go downtown alone yesterday.
Jane's mother let her go downtown alone yesterday.
3. Lie down. I was tired, so I, for a while before supper.
I was tired, so I lay down for a while before supper.
4. Quit. I felt I wasn't learning Spanish, so I
felt I wasn't learning Spanish, so I quit.
5. Spread. Some languages have all over the world.
Some languages have spread all over the world.
6. Stand. Last night my light went out. I on a chair to fix it.
Last night my light went out. I stood on a chair to fix it.
7. Quit. Do you know if it's true that Henry has going to college?
Do you know if it's true that Henry has quit going to college?
8. Feed. I asked if anyone had the animals.
I asked if anyone had fed the animals.
9. Find. Picture writings have been everywhere.
Picture writings have been found everywhere.
10. Spread. After the designer came into the room, his drawings on the table.
After the designer came into the room, he spread his drawings on the table.
Exercise 3. Choose the word that best completes a sentence.
Rock, mineral. 1. Iron is a kind of mineral.
Author, novelist. 2. Do you know the author of that book?
Engaged, promised. 3. Barbara and Jim are engaged to be married.
hesitation, hesitate. 4. Without hesitation, he told me he wanted to go.
A professor, an educator. 5. Dr. Johnson's a professor of agriculture at the university.
Coal, copper. 6. Coal is a kind of mineral that we burn.
Major, influential. 7. Bankers are very influential people.
Noise, loud. 8. Bells were ringing all over the city. There was so much noise I couldn't hear myself think.
Mistake, wrong. 9. Excuse me, I've made a mistake. I thought you were someone else.
Related, dependent. 10. Spanish and Portuguese are related languages.
Exercise 4. Repeat, please.
Pick out. Fill out. Make up. Take off. Pay back. Leave out. Throw away.
Replace the italicized verb in the sentence with one of the two-word verbs from the list. Listen to the model.
1. He removed his hat.
He took off his hat.
He took off his hat.
He took off his hat.
Now do the exercise.
1. He removed his hat.
He took off his hat.
2. I'll return the money next week.
I'll pay back the money next week.
3. Did you discard these books?
Did you throw away these books?
4. She chose a pink dress to wear.
She picked out a pink dress to wear.
5. I hope you didn't omit anything.
I hope you didn't leave out anything.
6. Please complete the application form.
Please fill out the application form.
7. Did you invent that story or is it true?
Did you make up that story or is it true?
Questions to answer. 2.
1. Have you ever been given an award?
2. What is the highest award that is given in your country?
3. Are most of the letters you write informal or formal?
4. Which is correct in the sentence, who or whom? Someone called you a little while ago. He didn't say, it was.
5. Do you own an all-English dictionary?
6. Mr. Forrest said, I must leave at 10 o'clock because I have a plane to catch. Now it's the next morning. Tell someone what Mr. Forrest said.
7. Do you always try clothes on before you buy them?
8. If you wanted to find out some information about Switzerland, what kind of book would you look it up in?
9. Can you think of a pair of homonyms in English?
10. What is an antonym of the word like?
"11. Do you always tear letters up after you read them?
12. Can you give a synonym for the word impolite?
13. What is an illustrated lecture?
14. The noun communication is derived from communicate. What noun is derived from receive?
15. What motivated you to learn English?
16. How did writing develop?
17. Who developed alphabetic writing?
18. Can you give a few examples of loan words in your own language?
19. If you wanted to use a pseudonym for some reason, what would you use?
20. What do you think of when you think of Turkey? 'Of England. 'Of France. 'Of the United States. 'Of Sweden. 'Of Canada.
End of lesson 16.